Muninhua refers to paintings by the literati or non-professional painters. It's unique to the East, and Muninhua artists were recognized only when their calligraphic style and drawing skills were equally perfect. Chuseok Kim Jong-hee's Seihando, the most famous work in this genre, is Korea's national treasure. In the Joseon era, a calligrapher's caliber was determined by how closely he could emulate the script styles of Chinese contemporaries. But at one point in time, Chinese calligraphers started following the Korean calligraphic trend. It was after Chuseok Kim Jong-hee came onto the scene.
Chuseok Kim Jong-hee is an iconic figure in Joseon literature and art. 19th century Joseon can be understood only through him.
Chuseok's famous words were, "I made holes in 10 inkstones and used up 1,000 brushes over 70 years. This claim illustrates how much effort the master calligrapher put into his art. As a result, Chuseok was able to complete his own calligraphy style, named Chusache, while in exile.
His exile on Jeju-do Island was a time of immersion and determination for him. That period produced the Chusache style and Seihando, the pinnacle of Muninhua.
Chuseok spent more than 8 years in exile on Jeju-do Island, some 500 kilometers away from Joseon's capital. We explore his scholarly and artistic world as we follow his footsteps on Jeju-do Island. Jeju-do, Korea's largest island and a major tourist destination. Its heavenly natural environment attracts tourists all year round. Known as a bountiful fishing ground, Mosul Pohang Port in Daejeong is located at the island's southernmost spot. Visiting this place today are bibliographer Kim Young-bok and Romina, a TV personality and trot singer from Germany.
바람 부는 제주에는 돌도 많지만 인정 많고 마음씨고운 아가씨도 많지요.
바로 이게 거기에 그 세 개가 바로 제주도를 대표적으로 상징하는 거예요.
자, 거기 나오죠. 바람, 돌, 아가씨.
아가씨. 근데 제주도가 이제 밥벌이를 남자들이 해서 이제 배를 타고 나가면 남자들이 사고를 많이 당해. 바람이 많으니까.
Strong winds made life in the town of Daejeong particularly difficult. Back then, many people lost their lives while crossing the sea, which is why the most serious criminals were banished to Jeju-do Island. Chuseok Kim Jong-hee was one of them.
근데 배 타는 게 보통 3일 내지 일주일 정도 걸리는데 수사 선생은 왜 그런지 아주 독특하게 완도에서 배를 탔는데 하루 만에 여기 왔어요.
왜요?
그러니까 사람들이 깜짝 놀랐죠. 수사 자체도 놀라고. 그 승풍이라 해서 바람을 잘 만나면 하루에 올 수 있는데 그거는 한 달에 한 번 있을까 말까, 1년에 한 번 있을까 말까 하는 일을 당해요.
그럼 정말 운이 좋았나 봐요.
운이 좋기도 하고 바람이 셌기 때문에 죽을 고비를 넘겼다고도 할 수 있죠.
A memorial hall commemorating Chuseok Kim Jong-hee is located in Daejeong. Back in the Joseon era, scholars preferred to be called by their pen names. Kim Jong-hee personally came up with Chuseok, one of the 200 or so pen names he had. The most often used ones were Chusa and Wandang.
이제 추사 선생님이 초상이신데 유일하게 관복을 입고 있는 그림이 이거 하나밖에 없어요.
근데 나중에 이런 옷 못 입었잖아요.
제주도 온 이후부터 한 번도 못 입었지. 제주도 왔을 때 마지막 입었던 옷이 이 옷이에요.
Chusa is known for his unique penmanship.
그리고 이분이 71세에 돌아가시는데 돌아가기 며칠 전에 쓰신 거야.
Panjan is the signboard for the building that stores wooden plates engraved with Buddhist scriptures. It still hangs at Bonginsa Temple in Seoul today. Chusa is known to have been quite satisfied with this work. A drawing of 3 trees and a house, Sehando, was done during his exile for his student Lee Sang-jok. It looks like a simple piece of art, but it was designated as a national treasure for skillfully expressing his loneliness and despair on the island.
세안도 근데 무슨
춥다. 그래서 그 추운 겨울에도 소나무나 잣나무는 그 추위를 견디고 겨울에도 푸른 색깔 그냥 푸른 색깔 그냥 지니고 있어요. 그 제자가 내가 귀향 오거나 귀향 저기 전에나 똑같게 나무가 항상 푸른 것처럼 자기를 도와주는 거에 고마워서 그 내용을 쓰고.
오, 아름답네요.
그러니까 추운 다음에도 소나무는 시들지 않는데 당신은 내가 귀향 온 다음에도 시들지 않고 내 마음을 알아주고 나한테 도움을 준다고 해서 이 그림을 보내줬어. 그 재미난 거는 여기 도장이 하나 있어요. 여기 조그만 도장이 하나 있는데 이게 장무상망이에요. 도장이. 이게 무슨 뜻이냐면 서로 길이 잊지 말자.
서로
오래도록 잊지 말자.
서로 잊지 말자. 계속 기억하자.
기억하자.
그래서 국보인 거죠.
그렇죠.
What happened to him during his exile on Jeju-do Island for 8 years and 3 months? Chusa, who arrived at the northern port of Jeju in just 1 day, had to walk another 20 kilometers to Daejeong. This is called gochawol, a local term that refers to woods and bushes. The dense forest and rocky surface makes it treacherous to walk here if not for the paved paths. Rare plants that cannot be found anywhere else are what make this volcanic island so special. It is assumed that Chusa took this mountain path to Daejeong instead of the seaside route.
와, 여기 나무들 너무 많아서 진짜 공기도 맑고
그렇죠.
바람이 이렇게 불 때 그 소리가 너무 좋아요.
그렇죠. 아마 여기가 추사 선생이 제주도에서 대전으로 넘어올 때 아마 이런 길로 넘어오지 않았을까 지금 그렇게 생각을 해요.
아, 이런 산길.
네,
근데 옛날 이런 것 없었을 거잖아요.
그렇죠. 예전에는 흙길에다가 여기 이제 오면서 이제 이런저런 생각을 하고 제주도의 제일 풍토가 좋으니까 이 길로 지나가지 않았을까 이런 생각을 해요.
걷자가려 온 걸 환영합니다. 네.
아, 네.
근데 보시면 돌투성인데 돌멩이인데 어떻게 저렇게 나무들이 뿌리를 내렸을까?
근데 요 흙도 없는데 어떻게 나무들이 이렇게 많이 자라요?
이 나무들은 내가 살아야죠. 살기 위해서 물을 먹기 위해서 어떻게 뿌리를 요 돌 틈에 돌 사이에 쭉쭉
와.
이렇게 내려가는 겁니다.
되게 신기해요. 이게 정말
신기하죠?
제주도에서만 볼 수
네.
있는 거죠.
아주 독특한 지형입니다. 전 세계적으로.
In the complete edition of his works, there is a letter to his brother Myung-hee, in which he describes the way to Daejeong. Only a sliver of light passed through the shadows of the dense forest. They were all beautiful trees and plants, those that would stay green and not wither even in the winter.
근데 주사 선수님 그 유배 온 이유 뭘까요?
일반 사람들은 이유 잘 모를 거예요. 정치적인 그 사건으로다가 오게 됐는데 특히 당신보다도 당신 아버지의 정치적인 사건 때문에 아들이 연루가 돼서 여기 오게 됐어요.
아니 아버지가 뭐 죄 졌기 때문에
아니 죄 진 것도 그때 당시 정치적인 싸움에서 밀려맞고 그때 아버지는 돌아가셨고 그래서 어떻게 보면 아들이 아버지의 죄를 이제 받았다고 할까 그래서 여기 오게 됐습니다. 예.
제가 억울했나.
그렇죠. 되게 억울한 거죠 어떻게 보면은. 근데 이제는 아버지의 잘못이라든가 자식의 잘못이 부모가 같이 지거나 아니면 자식이 지거나 그런 것이 다반사였어요.
Born of the royal bloodline, Chusa was known for his penmanship from a young age. A scholar predicted that the young Kim Jong-hee would become a great calligrapher just by looking at the Chinese characters he had written at age 7. When he was 24 years old, Chusa accompanied his father, a diplomatic envoy, to Beijing for the first time. There, he met master calligrapher Wang Fanggang and renowned scholar Wan Wan. They went on to exchange letters and share their ideas. Influenced by these bright minds, Chusa later became known as a great scholar, knowledgeable in epigraphy, documental archaeology, and many other branches of study. The late Joseon period was plagued with political conflicts between two powerful families, the Kimdang of Andong and the Kimdang of Gyeongju. Powerful men from the Andong Kim family dredged up an incident from 10 years ago and mounted a political attack on Chusa. The 55-year-old scholar was accused of the crime and tortured mercilessly. He was spared from death, but was banished to Jeju-do Island, some 500 kilometers from the capital. The journey would take a full month, even at full speed. Exiled to Jeju-do Island meant that he could very well die there.
Immediately before his banishment, he was appointed as the second highest officer in a diplomatic delegation to China. He was practically a member of the Joseon royal family, so it was shocking when he was exiled to Jeju-do Island. He suffered immensely, and his life was totally ruined.
The punishment for Chusa was house arrest. He had to stay inside a house surrounded by thorny trees. It was the heaviest punishment, second only to the death penalty. Only the homeowner was allowed to come and go. Chusa was strictly confined to the house for the first 2 years of his exile.
이게 추사 선생이 살던 집안이에요. 이제 계시던 곳. 근데 이게 뭔지 알아? 이게 가시 있는 거 이게 뭔지 알아요?
이거 가시 있네요.
조선시대 때의 중재인은 그 유배 간 곳에 유리 안치라는 게 있어요. 집에 울타리를 했다는 게 유리고 안치라는 건 거기에 있는다는 게 안치인데 그때는 유리 안치가 그 가시나무로다가 울타리를 해서 이 사람은 중재인이니까 여기 함부로 접근하지 말아라. 여기 중재니까 이 안에서 함부로 나가지 말아라. 이걸 나타내는 거예요.
2 years later, Chusa moved into the home of Gangdo-sun in the same village.
그래서 이제 제주도 집에 들어오면 이렇게 돼요.
He moved 3 times during his exile and stayed the longest at Gang's home. It was much larger than the first house. Gangdo-sun, who was quite well off in Daejeong, was responsible for reporting Chusa's activities to the local magistrate.
그럼 추사 선수님은 여기 혼자 사신 거 아니고 거기 집주인하고 같이
그렇죠.
살았고
예.
그럼 집주인도 이렇게 밥 해줬어요? 아니면 밥을 어떻게 해결했어요?
그 밥 해결한 거는 주로 추사 선생의 집안 사람이나 이제 집안 사람 중에
같이
하인들
오셨어요?
하인이 이제 한 사람이 꼭 붙어요.
그럼 그래도 유명한 학자니까 주변 그런 사람들이 어떻게 생각했어요? 좋게 받아들인 거예요?
그렇죠. 예전에 이제 이 제주도라는 데는 학문도 열악하고 뭐 지금 말하면 문방구 쓰는 거 뭐
네.
종이 같은 것도 귀할 때니까 큰 학자가 오면 그 학자를 서로가 모시려고 해요. 왜 그런가 하면
엄청 귀하네요.
그 양반이 왔을 때 공부를 아들이나 주위 사람을 가르칠 수 있으니까. 그래서 처음에 왔을 때는 조금 고생하다가 그분이 인품도 훌륭하고 하니까 여기 강도순이라는 사람이 모셔오지 않았나 생각됩니다.
Chusa's banishment went on like this, with no guarantee of release or the possibility of death. Life in exile was fraught with problems, such as frequent ailments, unfamiliar customs, and loneliness. But what he couldn't stand the most was unpalatable food.
추사 문집이나 추사가 보낸 편지 같은 걸 보면 서울에 있는 부인이나 동생한테 맨날 음식을 보내달라 그래요.
음식 보내면 다 상하잖아요.
그렇게 상하기 때문에 이제 너무 늦게 보내거나 아니면 배가 늦게 들어오거나 하면 상하니까 상한 음식 보낸 얘기를 또 써요, 편지에. 그래서 상하가지고 음식 못 먹었더니 여러 번 나오고 김치, 뭐 민어, 뭐 어란, 뭐 그런 이런 얘기예요. 뭐 그런 음식 많아요.
A son of a rich family, Chusa had a taste for fine things. He often wrote about food in his letters to his wife. Croakers and salted beef jerky are fine. Send me salted fish roe or something readily available there. Please select and send only the tender and meaty croakers. The ones you sent were so thin that there was hardly anything to eat.
We once had an exhibit of Chusa's meals during exile, and visitors were amazed by how lavish the meals were. His wife must have been especially caring, or, more bluntly put, he was a very finicky eater.
There are croakers and dried fish roe often mentioned in his letters. Croakers were not caught on Jeju Island at the time. The meaty fish was eaten in summer to boost energy. It's best, as it was back then, cooked in a hot soup. Oran was made by drying salted croaker or trout roe in the sun. It was a rare treat that was offered to the king during the Joseon era. These familiar dishes must have made his lonely life on the island a little easier to bear. Perhaps that's why he kept asking his wife to send him food.
어때요?
맛있어요. 정말.
다른 생선에 비해서.
생선 맛이 이런 비린 냄새도 없고 되게 시원하고.
민어의 비린내가 안 나고 담백한 것 때문에 그렇거든요. 그래서 서울 사람이 좋아하는데 이게 대표적인 담백한 음식 중에 하나예요.
Noble households used to have dried fish roe only on special occasions, like holidays or memorial services.
어때요?
진짜 줄깃줄깃하네요. 맛이 엄청 진한데 짜지만 너무 짜지도 않아요.
그렇죠.
그래도 부인이 이렇게 계속 음식 보내는 거 보니까 좀 사이가 되게 좋았나 봐요.
조선시대 때는 사이 좋고 안 좋고 표시를 못하니까 알 수는 없어요. 그렇지만 추사 선생이 대부분 예전에 양반이라는 사람들이 대부분 여자 관계가 첩을 두거나 뭐 그러는데
첩을도 뭐예요?
첩이라는 건 이제 원부인 말고 부인을 한두 명 더 둘 수가 있는데 추사 선생은 그런 걸 없는 걸 봐서 추사 선생은 부인을 굉장히 사랑했고 서울에 있는 부인이 이제 추사가 여기 귀양사전 중에 돌아가셔서 추사가 굉장히 애통해가지고 보낸 시도 있고 또 그 양반을 위해서 쓴 제문도 있고 그래요.
In the 3rd year of his exile, Chusa got the news that his wife had died. He had written her a letter as usual, only to hear that she had already passed away a month ago. Unable to attend her funeral, he transferred his unfathomable grief into a poem. Shall I ask the heavenly matchmaker to appeal to the God of the other world to have us switch places in the next life? If I died and you lived 100 miles away, you would know my heartbreak, my sorrow. After his wife's death, Chusa showed signs of adjusting to his situation. A few years later, the local magistrate permitted him to go outside the house. There were many tangerine trees near the house, but the tangerines being a tribute item to the king, local authorities were keeping tabs on the number of fruits.
근데 지금은 제주도 한국에서는 제주도 제일 유명하잖아요, 귤은.
네, 그렇죠.
근데 옛날 추세 선생님 여기 있었을 때 그 당시에도 귤이 이렇게 많았어요?
지금같이 많았고 지금의 귤은 개량종이고 추사작년에 귤도 한 10여 종류가 있었는데 그건 워낙 귀해가지고 그 중에서 한 80%는 나라에 진상을 했어요. 그래서 추사는 여기 와가지고 당신이 울타리, 가시 울타리에 집이 있지만 그 근방에 귤나무가 많기 때문에 자기 집 호를 귤증옥, 귤나무 가운데 집이다. 그래서 자기를 귤증옥 주인, 그렇게 호를 썼어요.
아, 그것도 호였어요?
그렇죠. 그러니까 귤증옥이 추사의 다른 호의 하나지.
귤주옥, 그 귤의 주인 그런
그러니까
얘기예요?
귤밭이 있는 집의 주인.
주인.
아, 귤을 좋아하고 그 글이 문집에 남아 있어요. 매화나 국화나 연가처럼 그렇게 흔하지 않고 귤은 여기만 있다. 그 제주도만 있다는 거지.
There is a passage in the collection of his writings about how Chusa praised the tangerine and even made a pen name based on the fruit. Oddly, he associated tangerines with fidelity. In another writing, he displayed a wide knowledge of the fruit. The inner skin is white and the outer peel is green. The restrained and lone fidelity and fragrant virtue cannot be found in others. Dongjol, Dungkum, So, Gum tangerines, 4 varieties are considered top quality. Peculiar citrus is the rarest. Its seeds are so hard to find that there aren't enough even for the tributes to the king. On his way to Daejeong, Master Chusa saw something that was rarely found in the capital.
추사 선생이 제주도 살면서 뭘 제일 좋아했을 것 같아요?
아, 제주도에서?
예, 계실 때.
다 이뻐서 글쎄요, 여기 나무들 많으니까 그림에도 나무 많이 그렸잖아요. 나무 제일 좋아.
수선화를 굉장히 좋아했거든요. 수선화.
수선화?
예. 그러니까 물에서 사는 신선꽃이라 해서 수선화인데 제주도 와가지고 이분이 수선화가 서울산 굉장히 귀해서 중국 같은 데서 이게 얻어다가 기르는데 제주도 오니까 지천에 깔려 있어, 수선화를.
아.
그래서 깜짝 놀랐어요.
He loved daffodils so much that he left several poems and drawings about the winter flower. It is said that Chusa was the one who discovered Jeju's daffodils and told everyone about their beauty. He praised that the daffodils abloom in the field resembled white clouds or white snow. The weather may be cold, but the round blossoms exude an exceptionally subtle and elegant spirit. Plum blossoms are dignified, but cannot leave the yard. Yet, you blooming in the clear water resemble the gods in nirvana. He was upset that the locals treated daffodils as weeds or used them as animal feed and did not give them a place to grow.
동안은 서울에 귀한 집에 있어야 되는 건데 여기서 천대를 받고 있고 당신은 귀향을 와가지고 여기서 고생을 하고 있는데 이제 그 처지하고 비슷하게 생각을 해서 만물의 제자리가 다 있다 뭐 이런 생각을 하지 않았을까요?
네, 거의 제주도만 있는 거예요.
The presence of a path is a sign that someone has already walked that way. If one is to walk where there is no path, his steps will pave a way. There is a small pond in the village named Nammunji Pond. It was built long before Chusa arrived.
그래서 노승이 이제 이 연못을 파면 이 동네가 화기가 없어지고 이 동네가 좀 편해질 거라 그래서 팠다는 건데 그래서 지금도 아마 그걸 이제 그 설화해 가지고 이 연못을 재현한 거죠. 다 장소는 그 장소인데 이 건물은 아마 그때 건물은 아닌 것 같고.
His beloved wife was dead, and his scholar friends fell out of touch. An uncertain future and loneliness deepened Chusa's despair.
어머 여기 보면 뭐라고 써있어요? 완당 선생,
완당 선생
해천,
해천
일립상.
일립상 해천 일립상 무슨 말이에요?
해천이라는 건 바닷가라는 뜻이고.
아, 해 바다,
아, 바다.
천 하늘.
그러니까 해천하면 그냥 바닷가예요.
네.
일립은 그 저 삿갓을 한 입이라고 하거든. 그 위에가 삿갓 썼잖아. 삿갓.
아, 이거
모자.
삿갓 모자.
A lone man wearing a hat. The man carved on this stone monument is Chusa Kim Jong-hee, as a pitiful outcast.
그 옆에는 허소치필이라고 되어 있죠.
호수치필 뭐예요?
허소치라는 사람은 추사의 제자인데 화가예요. 추사가 바닷가에서 삿갓 쓰고 있는 모습을 그린 그림이 있는데 그 그림을 여기다 조각해 놓은 거죠.
Sochi Horyeon was Chusa's most beloved student. He used to stay on the island for months to care for the master calligrapher. The young Horyeon was interested in art, but he had no way of learning it since there was no artist in the family. Then he heard about monk Chol-yi, who was reputed to be a great artist. Horyeon took his own drawings to the monk to ask for his tutelage, and the monk showed the boy's works to Chusa. That's how Horyeon came to study under him. Sochi Horyeon turned out to be an exceptionally ardent student. But only a year later, Chusa was sent into exile, and Sochi risked his life by crossing the sea 3 times to continue his study under Chusa.
되게 아꼈나 봐요.
그러면요. 그래서 이 허소치 그림을 정말 아주 잘 그리기도 했지만 추사사장이 얼마나 극찬을 했느냐 하면 압록강 이동, 그러니까 압록강 이남. 그 압록강이라는 건 우리나라 북쪽에 있으니까
네네네.
우리나라에서 가장 그림을 잘 그린 사람이라고 평을 해주기도 했어요.
Sochi's drawing of Chusa with a sagat hat was based on an illustration of sushi, drawn while the esteemed Chinese poet and painter was in exile in Haezhou. Sochi had simply substituted sushi's face with that of Chusa.
Scholars used to hang up portraits of Sushi so that they could emulate the great poet and calligrapher. They wanted to draw pictures and write poems just as well as Sushi did. But then Chusa was put in the place of Sushi, which shows how much Chusa was revered by his students.
Chusa would have remained in despair if not for his devoted students. Professor Kim and Romina spot a stone tower in the middle of a field.
교수님 그럼 이 탑이 뭐예요?
이 탑이 소위 말하는 이름은 방사탑, 막을 빵자, 그 다음에 사자는 나쁜 기운 사. 탑이니까 나쁜 기운을 막아주는 탑.
근데 왜 막아야 돼요? 뭐 나쁜 것 있었어요?
그걸 얘기하자면 좀 복잡한데 저 앞에 단산이 보이죠? 저게 단산이에요. 삐죽삐죽하잖아요.
네.
저 삐죽삐죽한 것이 이쪽에 어떤 그렇게 썩 좋은 기운이라고 생각하지 않아서 저 기운을 막아주기도 하고.
산에서 온 기운 막는
그럼요.
거예요?
나쁜 기운을 막아주기도 하고. 그래서 여기서 기운이 좀 떨어지는 곳, 허한 곳을 저 탑을 세움으로 인해서 이 동네에 안정감을 주는 탑으로 세운 거죠.
Unlike other mountains on the island, Dansan Mountain is made up of boulders. It is low yet jagged and resembles a bat. Because of its bizarre shape, Dansan was considered an evil mountain, and a stone tower was built to suppress its malicious energy. A statue of a person or a bird was erected on top of the tower. This was considered a guardian god that protected the village from disasters.
제가 돌탑 많이 봤는데 이렇게 작은 탑 많이 봤어요. 그래서 이렇게 돌 올리면서 소원도 빌고
네.
여기도 주사님 소원 빌었을까요?
그래서 저런 걸 보고 마음속으로는 빌었겠지만 겉으로 드러내놓고 빌진 않았을 거예요.
마음으로
그렇지, 마음으로
유배 생활 빨리 끝났으면 좋겠다.
부인 빨리 벗으면 좋겠다.
맛있는 거 많이
좋은 음식도
보냈으면
좋겠다. 그런 여기 분명히 그랬을 겁니다.
Such unique surroundings naturally inspired Chusa to produce poems and paintings.
그래서 우리나라의 이 제주도라는 데는 특수하게
He believed that art and calligraphy were basically the same and said, "You have to have 10,000 books in your heart for them to flow over and become drawings and letters." He taught that master calligraphers were made not simply through practice, but by building one's knowledge of humanities through reading and meditation.
이제 올라가고 대중한개 들려서 산정선봉 올라가고 이제 그렇게 해서
The summit provides a panoramic view. Sanbangsan Mountain stands just across the way, and even the faraway Halasan Mountain can be seen on a clear day.
유배 생활 하는데 주사 선생님 되게 도움되긴도
그렇죠. 무슨 죄를 진 게 아니고 정치적인 어떤 그런 이제 사건으로다가 약간 물러나는 거기 때문에 자기가 새로운 생각을 할 수 있는 그런 기회를 줬다고 볼 수 있죠. 예.
육지에 살면서 계속 정치 얘기도 들어야 되고 신경 많이 써야 되고
못 가졌던 시간적 여유. 거기에 이제 추사는 또 더군다나 글씨를 잘 쓰신 분이니까 글씨를 더 새롭게 이제 만들어가는 과정. 그것이 여기서 어느 정도 많이 이루었다고 볼 수 있죠.
Judging from his claim that he wore through 10 inkstones and 1,000 brushes, he was born with a gift, but also did not shirk away from hard work. His time on Jeju-do Island was a process of shaping his own scholarly and artistic world. Chusa's writings since his exile display the features of several different calligraphic styles. They are simpler, yet more expressive and revealing. Written 3 days before Chusa passed away, Panjeon is applauded as a calligraphic work done in a style that surpassed the realm of Haeso, the regular script. Chusa completed his signature Chusache style while he was in exile.
His exile was a time of immersion and determination. Everyone in his family excelled in penmanship. What sets Chusa's penmanship apart is that the shapes of his letters underwent vast changes during his exile and came to reflect his distinct philosophy.
Frankly, Chusa was extremely irascible and arrogant. The following incident happened when he was at Daehongsa Temple in Haenam to see his friend Monk Choi. Upon seeing the signboard for the main prayer hall, Chuseok got angry and told people to take it down because the penmanship was awful. But it was the work of Wangyo Ikwangsa, a famed calligrapher before Chuseok's time. When Changam Isamman asked Chuseok to critique his art, the proud calligrapher supposedly told the old man that he could live on his penmanship only in the rural area. Changam was a revered calligrapher in Jeonju.
Yi Guangsa's belittled penmanship was actually an imitation of China's Wang Shiji. Wang's penmanship was lauded as the best in Joseon, but his style was already overly imitated. People were looking for a new script style even in China. In that context, Chuseok thought that Wangyo's style could not be a solution.
But his status drastically changed after the banishment. People no longer came to curry favor, and his reputation and presence gradually faded. But there was someone who did not forget about him. It was his student and interpreter, Lee Sang-jok. He was well aware of Chuseok's thirst for new knowledge, so whenever he visited China, he would obtain new books to send to his mentor. Chuseok drew Sehando for his student in gratitude. The restrained drawing shows a blend of Chuseok's loneliness and discontent during exile and his inner maturity. Only after other trees withered from the cold did I realize that pine trees remained green. The relationship between you and I was not better before the exile, nor lesser after the exile.
Sehando looks very desolate. The technique for creating such an atmosphere had already disappeared in China, but Master Chuseok found the way after 30 long years of study. Sehando shows that to Kim Jung-hui, a drawing is not simply a drawing, but learning.
Chuseok brought his art to maturity at the place of exile.
여기가 저기 추사 선생이
There is a small well at the bottom of Dansan Mountain.
이제 차를 잡수려고 여기서 물을 떠서 길러다가 떴다는 그 물인데
Tea connoisseurs consider the water that comes from Dansan Mountain the best water for tea. Since Chuseok himself was a tea lover, he also knew something about water.
어우,
어때요?
시원해요.
시원하죠? 아우 차네. 아우 야, 이 정도면 뭐 지금 이 정도면 뭐 굉장히 차고 좋네요. 여기 그때 노천 이제 그 우물이 있었는데 그 물이 물맛이 좋아서 추사 선생님이 그 물을 떠다가 차를 끓이시고 수시로 잡섰다는 하는 그런 그 전설적인 그 우물이에요.
Chuseok first discovered tea when he went to China at age 24. He was treated to a rare variety of tea when he visited his mentor, Wan Wan, and that was when he became captivated by tea. He even had several pen names associated with tea.
전문가 선생님이신가 보네. 지금 뭐 하시는 거예요 지금?
차 따고 있습니다.
예.
나도 돼요.
예.
예,
이게 저기 뭐야 지금 새순만 따는 거죠?
예. 원래 이 봄에 이른 새봄에 따는 잎인데
예, 예.
오늘 조금 이제
좀
가을차라
예.
추차라서 그래도
아.
맛은 있습니다.
예.
Tea calms the body and mind and chases away sleep to help you focus, making it a perfect beverage for meditation.
떠봐요 뭐. 그렇지 그렇게.
여기는 이
네.
고구만 담으면
네,
되죠.
그렇다 이렇게.
조금 그 녹차 향이 살짝 나네요. 그럼 추사 선수님 차를 많이 좋아했어요?
엄청나게 좋아했죠.
아, 많이. 근데 그 당시에 제주도 차 원래 이렇게 있었어요?
없었죠. 추사는 차를 좋아했지만 추사는 스스로 차를 만든 사람은 아니에요. 그 당시에 차를 제일 잘 만들고 차의 조예가 제일 깊었던 사람이 초이 스님이라고 있었어요.
아, 그 친한 친구.
예, 그렇죠. 초이 스님이 계속 보내줬고 제주도에 있을 때 편지에 차 얘기가 거의 들어가요, 항상.
오.
차를 안 보내주면 약간 농담으로 약간 이제 비꼬기도 하고 아니면 조롱하기도 하고 이런 글도 있고요.
Monk Choi is counted among the 3 greatest tea masters of Joseon. He was also Chusa's dearest friend, both being of the same age. After the death of Chusa's wife, Choi stayed with his friend for 6 months to help him through the difficult time. The Buddhist monk was the only person who saw Chusa's more playful side. Why do you drink the new tea by yourself among the stony spring and pine-scented winds and not think of someone far away? You will have to be slapped 30 times with a stick. Tea leaves are roasted rapidly at 400 to 500 degrees Celsius on the very day they are picked to prevent oxidation.
향 진짜 좋아요.
아, 정말 좋아요. 예. 그 부딪히는 다다다다 하는 부딪히는 소리, 그리고 요 아주 달콤한 향기랄까 그런 게 싹 올라오는데 이걸 보여주지 못해서 좀 저거네요.
진짜 만든 게 쉬운 일 아닌데요.
The roasted tea leaves are kneaded once again and dried. This process is generally repeated 2 or 3 times.
이건 어떤 역할을 하는 거죠, 이거는?
유념이라고 하는데요. 나중에 우렸을 때 맛도 빨리 우러나게 하고 그리고 이제 찻잎이 돌돌 말리게끔 모양을 잡아주는 역할도 합니다.
This is the most crucial step that determines the tea flavor and scent.
진짜 달콤하면서 되게 깊은 향이 나네요.
그러네, 아까 저 볶을 때 향하고 전혀 다르네.
네.
더 깊은 향이 나는 것 같아.
Buddhism was oppressed during the Joseon dynasty, and tea drinking culture was almost wiped out in the process. It was barely kept alive only among Buddhist monks. In all practicality, therefore, the introduction and cultivation of tea on Jeju Island can be attributed to Chusa.
이거 2손으로 이렇게 마셔야 돼요?
다도 예법에는 한 손을 받치고
받치고.
예 앞으로 와서 당겨서 향을 맡고 보통 한 3번 정도에 나눠서 마시시면 된다 이렇게 하는데 그것은 격식이고 요즘은 편하시게 모나지 않게 드시면 됩니다.
Chusa extolled his friend Choi's tea as rivaling the famous teas of China.
이 담백한 맛을 이제 안추사 선생이 초이 선생한테 톡 하면 그러니까 이제 제일 먼저 고구전에 따는 차를 우전차라고 하는데 고구전에 딴 차를 만들어서 보내드리면 항상 모자라 차라는 게 그 양이 적으니까 조금밖에 못 보내드리겠지. 그럼 계속 얘기를 하는 거예요. 그럼 초이 선생님이 어떻게 해? 당신이 잡수려고 놔뒀던 것 그냥 다 보내드리는 거지.
The Buddhist monk probably could not refuse Chusa's request because he knew how much tea helped relieve his loneliness. In return for the tea, the calligrapher sent the monks his writings. Professor Kim and Romina head to Sanbangsan Mountain, one of the 3 tallest mountains on Jeju-do Island. It resembles a bell and is famous for its cave. Located halfway up the mountain is Sanbang Gulsa Grotto, estimated to have been around since the Goryeo period. A statue of the Buddha was placed inside the natural cave, and monks came to meditate. Choi supposedly meditated in the grotto as well. Chusa was a Confucian scholar, but also deeply interested in Buddhism, giving the 2 men common ground for friendship.
여기 위에서 뭐가 나오니까 진짜 귀하게 먹을 수 있는 물인 것 같아요.
According to a myth, the clear water drops falling from the ceiling are actually the tears of a woman who had to part with her beloved husband. The water has never dried up over all these years.
좋다.
너무 시원해요. 이렇게 산 올라와서
수사
물
생각
먹으니까 되게 기분 좋네요.
초이 스님이 추사 보러 와가지고
네.
여기 와가지고 이제 6개월 동안 있으면서 추사한테 왔다 갔다 하고 추사도 여기 왔다 갔다 하고
추사 선생님 보러 오셨는데 그냥 같이 지내면 안 돼요?
같이 지내도 되는데 원래 거기 좁은 데다가 그 적거지에 있는 사람은 바깥으로 함부로 나올 수가 없어. 나오려면 허락을 받아야 돼. 그러니까 나올 수 없어서 추사장님은 거기 있고 초이 스님은 여기서 묵은 거죠. 예.
The friendship between the calligrapher and the Buddhist monk lasted until Chusa passed away first. Another dear friend of Chusa's was Kwan Do-ning. Having served consecutively as the Prime Minister of Joseon, Kwan shared poems, calligraphy, and drawings with Chusa since his youth. His version of Seihando is strikingly different from the original, more cozy and warm. Chusa reportedly admired the drawing. They also exchanged news of even the most insignificant family matters through letters.
제주도 유배 와서 큰 병은 아니지만
Chusa suffered frequent illnesses during his exile. He said ginseng was what helped him recover from the illnesses. Most of the ginseng were from Kwan Do-nin. He also sent tobacco, which was used as medicine back then. Good friends maintain affection despite the distance separating them. Such was the friendship between Chusa and Kwan Do-nin.
Daejonghyangyo is situated between Dansan and Sanbangsan mountains. This is where Chusa, recognized as a notable scholar, taught students when he could no longer make it in politics. Hyangyo was a local high school composed of a lecture hall and a shrine, where memorial services for Confucius and other revered scholars were held. The signboard for Uimandang Hall was written by Chusa himself. When people tried to replace the signboard, they discovered Chusa's writing on the back side. The original signboard is currently stored at the Memorial House of Chusa.
주자 중에서 강사공이라는 사람이 있는데 그 양반이 부탁을 하니까 이분이 글씨 써준 글씨가 저글씨인데
근데 은원당 무슨 뜻이에요?
첫째가 의심할 의,
네.
물을 문, 집당, 당은 이제 집이라는 뜻이에요.
그럼 모든 것 다 의심해라는
아니, 의심하는 거는 무조건 물으라는 거죠. 추사는 신분을 가리지 않고 공부하는 사람한테 열심히 가르쳐줬어요.
뭐 이런 거 따지지는 않고 그냥 공부하고 싶은 사람을 다
가르쳐줬어요.
훌륭하네요.
그럼요. 난 일단 추사 선생의 신분을 뛰어넘어서 가르쳤다는 걸 난 높게 평가를 합니다. 항상.
Wondang Inbo contains the seals of Chusa's 180 pen names made by his student Park Hae-baek. Back then, Chusa taught his students not only penmanship, but also how to make seals and writing brushes. Park was one of Chusa's brightest students who mastered all three crafts. However, Master Chusa lamented the fact that Park's knowledge and experiences were limited by his grim surroundings.
제주도에서 그가 아꼈던 제자가
Chusa taught seal engraving to one of his brightest students, Park Hae-baek, who would later use those skills to publish Wangdan Inbo, a collection of Chusa's seals. Teaching him the seal-making craft demonstrated the rigor of Chusa's training and affection for his students.
Chusa must have stayed at Daejonghyangyo for some time. Professor Kim and Romina spot familiar trees on the school compound. 1 pine and 2 fir trees. They're from Seihando.
여기 소나무가 있잖아요. 예전에 소나무 옆에 큰 소나무가 또 하나 있었어요. 근데 이제 그 소나무가 죽었고 지금 이 소나무만 남았는데 이 소나무가 세안도에 나오는 그 소나무의 모티브가 됐다는 거죠. 근데 그때 왔을 때 그 소나무가 정말 세안도 그림하고 거의 비슷했어요.
Some speculate that Seihando depicts Daejonghyangyo in the background, but that claim has never been confirmed. However, given that Chuseok created Sehando during his exile, that claim may not be totally groundless. Now they're in the last leg of Chuse's road to exile.
갑시다.
A long walk takes them to Andok Valley.
몰라요.
안덕 계곡이라는 데인데
뭐가 있는 거 같아요.
It's a long walk, but Chusa must have regained the strength to endure his exile while walking this road.
물이 특히 깨끗했기 때문에 제주도 돌로다가 이렇게 아름다운 데가 많지 않아요.
그러니까 아마 전국에 이런 데 많지 않을 것 같아요. 계곡은 많지만 이렇게
그렇지.
Andok Valley is regarded as the most beautiful valley on Jeju-do Island and is designated as a natural monument. Chusa is said to have frequented this spot to admire its stunning sights. But he seems to have coveted the creek water more than the scenery. According to a record, Chusa envied those who were banished to a nearby village because the creek water was clear and plentiful.
저기가 또 다르네. 아, 좋다.
멋있어요.
너무 멋있어요. 이게 꼭 무슨 뭐 일부러 만든 거가 조각품 같잖아요. 아, 이 계곡도 그렇고. 축사 선생님 여기서 저까지 가까웠고 여기를 자주 왔는데 또 말년에는 이 앞에에 자리를 옮겼다는 말이 있어요. 왜 그런 거니? 아까 대전 거기가 물이 좀 귀하거든. 여기 물이 흔하잖아요. 그래서 일로 옮겨가지고 있었다는 얘기가 있는데 아마 그랬을 것 같고.
아, 그 집이 옮겼어요, 여기로?
그렇죠. 잠깐 말년에.
아,
그리고 또 여기가 물이 좋아서 일부러 아마 일로 아마 오기가 좋았을지도 몰라요.
아, 자주 했으니까 물도 좋고 물 이렇게
경치도
얻어가지고.
너무 좋으니까.
아, 근데 그 유배 생활 전, 유배 생활 이후 뭐가 확실하게 바뀐 게 뭐 있어요?
아, 그렇죠. 추사가 과천 가서 돌아가시기 얼마 전에 썼던 글씨 중에 가장 유명한 대련이 있는데 그건 보물로 지정됐습니다. 근간에. 그 내용이 뭐냐 하면
Yeso Deryon conveys Chusa's regret over immersing himself in his studies when young and neglecting his family during his exile when old. Tofu, cucumber, ginger, and herbs are good side dishes. Couples, sons, and grandsons are a good group.
여기 와서 자기 옛날에 있었던 일을 반추해서 한번 되돌아보고 또 거기에서 장 겸손한 마음을 찾으면서 소소한 그 마음 씀씀이가 여기에서 생겨나지 않았을까. 큰 것이 대단한 일이 아니라 조그마한 소소한 일을 중요한 일로 생각하는 그런 마음을 가져
것에도 행복.
먹이 있다는 것. 지금 요새 많이 쓰죠. 그 말을 아마 여기서 깨닫지 않았을까. 그렇게 생각이 돼요. 예.
Chusa believed that the new came from the old in knowledge and art. That's why he studied the works of all the best Chinese calligraphers, which helped him shape his own unique and creative art views. The exile added depth to his life and helped him achieve self-realization.
가장 개성적인 그리고 가장
Chusa Che is applauded as the most distinctive and original calligraphic style. Seihando is cited as the epitome of Muninhua. Many cite Seihando and the Chusa Che style as the products of Chusa's exile. He matured not only as an artist, but also as a human being. He didn't give up his studies, even during the exile, but rather completed them. This is why we should not commemorate Chusa without remembering his exile.
Chusa Kim Jong-hee was a man who overcame many trials and tribulations and perfected himself as an artist through determination, hard work, studies, and meditation. The way that Chusa took so many years ago is the classic path we should follow today.